garage, guys, and welcome back to Scooter Gang. If you're new, this video has been a long time coming. This is the Gspace Mars 11 GTR. I've had it for about 9 or 10 months now, and I just hit 2,000 miles. So that's the reason I'm making this update video. Before we get in deep, let's hop to a top speed test because I just did a GPS verified top speed. I'll see you out there. All right, here we're back on the Draggy. What we're gonna do is a bunch of speed runs here. My main concern today is top speed. So we have a pretty perfect morning here. It's about, see, 75 degrees it says on the Draggy. You're gonna see how high we can get going each direction and then average it because there is a slight wind today, about 7 miles an hour coming out of this direction. So going this way might be a little quicker than going this way, but let's test it all out here and get an official top speed on this scooter. I've never really did it because when I got this scooter, it was November and it was too cold. It wasn't giving me full top speed. So this will be an interesting test though. After 2,000 miles of use, the bearings have some wear. Battery might not be quite as powerful as when it started. So it'll be interesting to see if we can still hit the claimed top speed now after almost a year of riding. 3, 2, 1, go. Fast, baby. I'm so used to it, but it's still like crazy fast. All right, let's check, see how fast that was. 66 verified top speed, and we had to let off because of that truck. Let's go. There's one car coming, but we're gonna smoke them anyway, so let's get it. Ready to go. Make sure our weight's nice and low for this top speed run. Definitely into the wind this way, I can feel it. Got my camera. Woo! Let's go, baby. Let's see how fast that was. That felt a little faster. That was also into the wind, so it feels faster because of the wind rushing at you, but 63 into the wind. Let's get it. That felt really fast. 66 again. Woo! We could keep doing this a couple more times, but so far 66 and 63, that's gonna average to what, 64 and a half? So yeah, this is about a 65 mile an hour scooter, guys, for someone my weight. I think if you put someone a little lighter, I'm getting a little fat these days. If you put someone, you know, 150 pounds or lighter on it, you might get 69, 70 like these other guys are claiming. And you might also get more when you go to sea level. So couple variables there that are out of our control. Obviously, I can't just lose 50 pounds overnight. Would probably make it reach the 69 that Electric Scooter Guide and other channels have tested and got on this thing. So 65 for me here is great, especially after the wear on this thing. 2,000 miles is a lot of wear. The battery, controllers, motors, bearings in the wheels, like everything obviously gets more friction as it ages. Doesn't work quite as efficiently as the first day you got it, but still super fast scooter even after all these miles. Crazy fast. All right, guys, as you just saw, we hit 66 going the one way and 63 to 64 going the other way. We can definitely call this about a 65 mile an hour scooter on flat ground. Let's see if we can hit 70 on this down a little hill. Here we go, boys. Top speed downhill test. Let's get it. Let's see what this thing's got. That was pinning it downhill. Slight tailwind, maybe 10 miles an hour today, 8 maybe. But damn, that was fast. You just feel the prow full speed, just wow. Hell yeah, boys. Shout out to Gspace for making such an amazing scooter for such a good price. I can't even say enough good things about this. We didn't even get into the suspension, none of that. I've talked to that in other videos about how superior the BMW telelever suspension is, how smooth it is going full speed like that. It's just like perfect, right on a line, right on a line. Especially if you know how to ride a scooter, you know how to control your weight and keep it balanced. It rides perfect. It's literally a perfectly symmetrical, amazing beast once you really get used to it. 67, we hit 67 downhill. We didn't have quite a full battery. I bet we could hit 68, 69. This is not the biggest hill. It's gradual downhill, slight tailwind, but damn, 67, let's go. Now that was super fast. How about we take a look inside this thing? Let's see how it looks after 2,000 miles plus and see if there's any sort of melting, any issues going on. For you guys that are new to my channel, I've taken this scooter to about 15 different states this year. We've ridden it in a lot of different places. There was Houston, Florida, a lot of hot places, right? Plus a lot of hot days this summer once we've been back 90 plus, 100 plus days. If this thing was gonna have issues, it'll be very obvious. There'll be melting of wires and connectors and different things. So let's take a look and see what it's got. Okay, I got a flathead and see if we can pry this. It's just the gasket. The gasket's holding it down a little. Wow, it looks nice. Looks perfect still to me. But we're gonna take a really close look here. I just wanna give you the first glance. What I really like about this scooter, off rip inside here, is the amount of space you have. You see the controllers down here in the bottom, you see the control module for all the electronics, the LED lights, and you see a lot of space for your hands fit in here even, where if you wanted to mod this later, you got plenty of space, but also if you need to make a repair, you lose a controller or something, looks pretty easy to get to everything. Not a lot of people are talking about are these fuses. You see these 80 amp inline fuses. So this scooter pushes 65 amps from the battery to the controller. You have a little headroom, but not too much that anything's really gonna happen before this pops. I think this is about the right amount that you want on a fuse. A lot of the scooters out there are using a blade fuse, so it looks exactly like this actually. This is a blade fuse, but they're putting these, historically, even scooters like this had this type of fuse coming off the battery leads here, and it ends up failing over time. So you look at this type of fuse even, it's tiny. It's tiny, it's not meant for high current. Ever since then, this was like before 5 years ago when these started becoming a huge problem in the industry, they just got rid of fuses. And why would that make sense is because there's an internal BMS in this battery, right? That it's gonna protect overcurrent, which is what the point of the fuse. It's gonna protect that. So the fuse was only really ever an extra fail-safe, a redundancy. But at the end of the day, any real electrical engineer will tell you you want a fuse on all of your components. The only way to really build a better scooter is to find a fuse like this that's actually rated for it and will work. This looks like the best way to incorporate it. It's crimped screws, so you can easily undo this water sealing and replace this fuse just by disconnecting this. This is something that a lot of other brands are probably gonna see this type of video and be like, huh, that's probably the better way to do it rather than just hardlining this to the controller. You know, it puts all of your safety on the BMS, which at the end of the day is gonna last for a long time, but eventually it's gonna fail. The BMS is another component that after 5 years, it could fail on this, and then you're sitting on something with potential fire risk with no fuse on it. So the long-term game on these things, you wanna have fuses. You can't really build it any other way if you're gonna wanna get it UL certified and into America long-term. For sale, it's got to be safe. Not only does it have these fuses here, but we can follow back the charge ports. That's what the blade fuses that we're looking at, both of these. This is for the charge ports. Charge ports are another potential fire risk where you want to have a fuse, but a lot of brands don't put it. A lot of brands will straight hardline this charge port right to the battery. And why that's a problem, even on 9-bot, I opened one the other day, that burned up 9-bot, I'll show you a clip right now. That's a problem where there's no fuse, where if it starts burning up, it could be a fire hazard and you're kind of cooked. You have no way to stop it without a fuse. You gotta have fuses on all these, and this blade fuse is sufficient for the charging because it's charging at a slow rate. It's not like high discharge like when you're running the controllers. That's super high discharge. You need these big fuses. For this is perfect. So as far as safety goes, this thing is already a step above on the wiring. But then you can take a look over here in this corner. You can see down here we have 2 fire extinguishers. One of the safety things that no scooter out there on the market has like this is these fire extinguishers. And you think it's sort of a gimmick until you look at how it's set up. So it has these sensors, one at the back of the battery here, one on the other side of the battery here. That if this battery was to have an issue and catch on fire, these are gonna sense the fire pretty much right away, launch a huge fire extinguisher into the box here. So the fact there's 2 of them even makes it more likely it will put it out. And you have 2 sensors and such, either side of the battery. So I do like how they've implemented this. After looking inside, like, it doesn't seem like a gimmick, like a lot of people in the comments would think, but it seems like a real safety feature. This scooter, with all the safety features inside and how good it looks here with no sort of melting on anything, everything looks pristine, perfect. No water even got in here in 2,000 miles. We were riding on Florida, you know, beaches and all over the southeast of this country, and it looks perfect in here. Anyways, guys, let's go out for one more ride here. I'll show you some more clips out on the road. Definitely an A+ on this scooter inside. It doesn't get a whole lot better than this, trust me. It may look like a wire mess, but you want enough length on all this stuff that if you need to replace something, there's plenty of slack to do it easily. So this is really like a perfect looking scooter inside here. Really nice gasket on the edge. It's stuck down even, so you can't really screw it up. It's 1 in the morning and we're 11 miles away from 2,000 on this Gspace, so let's go get it. It's like the end of July, last Saturday. It's gonna be August. Next thing you know, summer's gonna be over. Should be an awesome cruise. There's like no traffic at 1 in the morning usually. Just cops and drunks, so look out for drunk people. And deer. Deer is gonna be what we're watching out for the most. Honestly, guys, thinking back, like, this is the cleanest 2,000 miles I've ever put on a scooter as far as issues or problems, especially for something that I've been literally riding at full throttle, ripping every space I can, as hard as I can, as fast as I can, and like, it's just perfect. And I'm gonna open up the deck and show you guys the inside, because it's just another level of quality and smart design as far as repairability. And I think that's important in these scooters, and most people don't consider it in their reviews, is how repairable is the scooter. And this scooter, it's got space for not only repairs, but say you want to take out these controllers, you could put in some Vsett controllers in this, and there's plenty of space. There's our officer friend. She's tracking somebody. There's literally nobody out in this town because it's the middle of the summer and students aren't even here right now, so especially on a Saturday night, everybody else around here is asleep. McDonald's is the only place popping in town right now. There's a cop right in front of us. We got somebody over there. Let's make a loop around here without getting pulled over and then get the fuck out of here. Downtown on the weekend is always like sketchy riding, but the second you get like a mile from downtown, there's no cops. It's like they're all concentrated, super concentrated down here. So you almost just want to like avoid it. Just don't even come down here at this time. They might just pull you over for swerve and claim you're drunk or something. You don't know. Full stops. Let's go back this way and see what all this commotion over here is. Looks like they got a guy right here. I don't know what they're doing. Feels so good riding at night though. It's like the best. What's you guys' opinion on bike paths? Like, I've almost quit using them entirely unless I'm pulling over to do something like this, like change my song. Other than that, it's just like a hazard. There it is. That's why we're not going crazy fast tonight. Warm summer nights, they're definitely out walking around. Even if you don't see them, they're there. There's nobody behind us. Let's like simulate there's a deer that runs out. What do we do?
We've been trying to reach you about your scooter's extended warranty.
You know, like, we could stop pretty quick, but to stop safely and not lock up your brakes, you don't have a ton of time. So you better just not be going crazy at night. That's the moral of the story, is don't go too fast at night. If you keep it around the speed limit at night, for sure, you will be a lot better off in an emergency situation versus trying to brake from 10 or 20 over. You're kind of fucked. Oh, we're 2 miles away. Let's go. We did it. 2,000 miles, baby. This is like the 5th or 6th hyper scooter I've taken up this far. That's how you know it's a good one. If I'll even waste my time on it like that amount of time, it's like a lot of rides, right? 2,000 miles, baby. There it is, official. Can finally make the review for this, guys. I've been waiting on this for like a month. This is like easily the best scooter I've ever owned, by far. Most reliable, best ride, most power, most range, really good price. Like every box checked. And so far the customer service has been super on point. Very responsive. A couple people had some issues, but it got taken care of really quickly. Not just quickly, but like with care. They'll send you a custom video if you have a problem, how to fix whatever it is. They'll go above and beyond. More so than other companies I've seen, especially in this industry. A lot of good things to talk about this, but Gspace, thank you for an awesome year. It's almost been a year since I've had this. I would put so many more miles on if it was like my only scooter. Probably do 5,000 a year on this. 2,000 though is a good number. That's a year or two for most of you people. Just like 80.7 volts right now. This thing always amazes me every time I get on it, how good the range is. I'm honestly like really debating selling the RS, and it just doesn't get miles like it used to before I had this scooter. And nothing against that scooter. I still think it's like a 9.5 out of 10. But this thing just checks every box right now, and I think it's the best scooter on the market for the money. Best scooter per dollar. Really a killer price for what you get on this. There's one. Woo! Lucky they're scared of the brakes. It's not scary when you're going 25 and you see a deer. It's scary when you're going like 50 and see a deer at night, trust me. And that's when you really like rethink everything. Like, what are we doing here? Because like, there's nothing you can do at those speeds. What a glorious ride, man. Night rides are simply just peaceful. No drama. If you guys are looking for a top-notch scooter, this is it. If I haven't mentioned yet in this video, this desert camo is going to be $31.99 out the door here when it drops this weekend. And if you don't like this camo, they have 2 other colors. They have black, they have orange/yellow, and they're going to be dropping a new snow camo to replace this. So if you do like the camo but you want a white one, it could be really cool. I haven't seen it yet. All right guys, thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed all the clips. I do think this scooter is the best scooter you can get right now per dollar on the market. And what I mean by that is for $3,400 bucks, depending which color you want, I don't think you can get a better scooter for that amount of money. Sure, you could spend 4, 5, 6, 7 grand on some exotic crazy scooter, but you're gonna have issues getting parts, and you're gonna way overpay for something that literally goes maybe 10 miles an hour faster. So this is a crazy fast scooter. 66 mile an hour is nuts. I didn't mention this at all in the video, but please gear up. Please wear a helmet, knee pads, chest protector, back protector, the basics. You will thank me later when you screw up or somebody else screws up and an accident happens. You want to be wearing gear for these type of things. On that same note, these are unregistered motorcycles at this point, so when you get out in your city with this type of thing, be careful. You do want to respect the traffic laws. I have spent a lot of time riding this that I sort of look back and I regret some certain things I might have done. I might have went a little bit too fast or lane split in certain times when it was probably not the best idea. And I hope that you hear me and learn from my mistakes and take it easy when you get this thing. It's the fastest thing on the road, trust me, especially once you get the upgrades on it, the racing slicks and stuff, and you really got to respect it. And if you see cops, make sure you're going the speed limit when you go by them. You won't have a lot of issues because it's a scooter. It's not really an electric bike like these Seerms, and people that are having issues with that. Those are a bit different, and I think you'll get away with a lot more with this as long as you respect the cops and you respect the laws in your town, and you keep it low key. You know what I mean? You could easily get in a lot of trouble with this if you're not careful. So full disclaimer there, don't buy this for your kid. Don't buy this for anybody that doesn't have a license. Don't buy this for somebody who doesn't have previous experience on some kind of electric scooter, because it's crazy fast. It's crazy fast. So enjoy it if you get it. Thank you for watching, guys. Scooter Gang out.
Shout out to Chicago PD for being chill. So here in Chicago, I don't know if you guys know this, a lot of big cities do it. There's a law that says you can run red lights on a scooter, on a bike, as long as you stop. Well, is he chasing? You're gonna have to come to Iowa and get me. Back to scooter gang. Holy shit.